Tom Riddle, also known as Lord Voldemort, believed fanatically in divination and prophecies. This is evident from the first book alone, as he was completely consumed by the notion that a child born to those who had thrice defied him should be able to vanquish him. But why did he put his faith in them so much? Did he genuinely believe in it? Or was he looking for signs that events would go according to his plans? In this video, we'll try to find the answers to these questions and explore the possible reasons why Voldemort acted as he did. Divination in the wizarding world. Voldemort was convinced that Sybil Trelawney's prophecy that a child would be born as the 7th month dies would bring about his downfall, but why he believed so is not so clear-cut. The Dark Lord himself was not a seer, and there was no way to verify if the prophecy was accurate. The most important fact to note is that divination cannot be taught. Divination is about intuitive ability. A person either has it, or they don't. And yet, divination was a popular subject at Hogwarts during both Harry and Voldemort's lifetimes. It was an accepted branch of magic that involved divining the future or gathering insight into the past, present, and future events through a variety of rituals and techniques. Still, divination wasn't without its critics. Many wizarding folks seem to regard divination as somewhat fuzzy and unreliable. Even the centaurs, who had inherent seer abilities, held the form of divination that Hogwarts taught in disdain. In fact, according to Chapter 37, The Lost Prophecy from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Dumbledore, the headmaster of Hogwarts, was thinking about scrapping the subject altogether until he met Trelawney. If divination is so erratic, why did the Dark Lord trust Trelawney's prophecy? Sybil Trelawney may not have been the best divination teacher, but her gift of prophecy was real. She inherited it from her grandmother, Cassandra Trelawney, who was famous for being a real seer. Though she had no obvious talent for divination, her ability as a seer is quite evident. But it works when it wants to. She has no direct control over her ability. Still, it's her lineage that might have convinced the Dark Lord that her visions were authentic. Now, if only she could convince you to subscribe to this channel. Anyway, his goal was simply to seal off any loose ends on his path to immortality. Perhaps he wanted to avoid a rival in the future. Because he expected little fight when he confronted 2 young adults and a toddler, he went alone to kill the Potter family. But there was folly in his actions. He had only heard part of the prophecy.
Voldemort tried to kill you when you were a child because of a prophecy made shortly before your birth. He knew the prophecy had been made, though he did not know its full contents. He set out to kill you when you were still a baby, believing he was fulfilling the terms of the prophecy. He discovered, to his cost, that he was mistaken when the curse intended to kill you backfired.
Dumbledore, Chapter 37, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So, when the killing curse rebounded off Harry, he was utterly rattled, leading him to believe that the prophecy was genuine. This would have caused him to perceive Harry as his rival and chase him down. Had he known the rest of the prophecy, which says he will mark the child as his equal, Voldemort may have chosen a different approach. Will a prophecy fulfill itself no matter what? Just because a prophecy has been made, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen. In the Harry Potter universe, prophecies get their power from human belief. Voldemort set out to kill Harry because he believed it would come true. But is that so? It's more like he set everything into motion himself. In fact, the Department of Mysteries is filled with hundreds of thousands of prophecies that will never come true. This was shown in a conversation between Harry and Dumbledore in the 6th book.
If Voldemort had never heard of the prophecy, would it have been fulfilled? Would it have meant anything? Of course not. Do you believe every prophecy in the Hall of Prophecy has been fulfilled? You see, the prophecy does not mean you have to do anything, but the prophecy cursed Lord Voldemort to mark you as his equal. In other words, you are free to choose your way, quite free to turn your back on the prophecy. But Voldemort continues to set store by the prophecy. He will continue to hunt you, which makes it certain, really, that one of us is going to end up killing the other, said Harry. Yes.
Dumbledore, Chapter 23, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. In the end, everything in the Harry Potter series happened because of Tom Riddle's fears. He believed the prophecy because he constantly dreaded his end. Afraid of his death, he would take any extreme measure to protect himself. Rather than taking a chance that the prophecy might come true, he decided to act on it. After all, he is the Dark Lord. what's the harm in killing a kid just to be safe? My final thoughts on the prophecy. Voldemort's true quest was one against death itself. No one in history was so close to immortality as he was. And if Sybil Trelawney, a direct descendant of the famous seer Cassandra Trelawney, foretold that a child would be the cause of his ultimate destruction, he had no choice but to chase after what could be his own demise. In the end, everyone had to take the prophecy seriously because Voldemort himself took it seriously. So what do you think? Do you have any alternate theories? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to see more videos like this one. And check out this video about Neville's magical ability on screen now.